This conference will now be
the
recorded.
P2P cycle. P2P or a procure to a pay cycle, right? So when I say a P2P cycle, right? So we started with there will be a, let us say I am the person working in a production department. I need some material for my production processes, right? So P2P cycle, P2P cycle. So this also will be called as a procure to pay cycle. So let us say I am the manager of the production department. So I am planning for the January 2023 requirement, right? So I am trying to produce or plan, let us say, some air conditioners. Let us say in my company I will be producing air conditioners. So I thought of planning for January requirement for 50,000 air conditioners, right? So if you want to produce air conditioners, you need to have all the spare materials that are required for the air conditioner production should be planned today itself, so that you will be able to produce the production of the air conditioners without any problems during January. Let us say there is a spare material known as compressor. So I need 50,000 compressors should be available in my company as a stock, so that I will be able to produce the air conditioner without any problems. In the same way, so I also have one plant maintenance department. So in the plant maintenance department, I am the supervisor working in the plant maintenance department. I thought of doing a maintenance activity for one of the machine maintenance, right? So to do the maintenance activity for a particular machine, I need to arrange the spare materials which are required for the maintenance activity by today itself. Let us say there is one motor. I need 25 motors should be available in stock in my company, so that I will be able to do the maintenance activity without problems. So these two people, what they will do first, the first and foremost activity these people are going to do it is they will approach one of the department known as stores or the warehouse department, right? So if you go to any company, there is a stores or the warehouse department which will be used to store the materials that are received into the organization. Means they will be storing the materials. Also, they will be maintaining the accounting for the materials what they have received into the manufacturing company or the plant. So they will go to the stores department and they will verify whether the stocks of this particular material is already available or not. If the stock is available for the compressors in the stores as well as the motors, then that is fine. If the stock is not available, let us say the stock is available for these materials, then what these people will do? They will raise one reservation slip or a issue slip upon stores department to withdraw the compressors and the motors. It is the stores department is acting as a bank, right? In the bank you will be storing the money, but in the stores or the warehouse you are storing the materials. Material is nothing but indirectly a money only, right? So if you want to withdraw the money in the bank, what you will do? You will raise a withdrawal slip, right? In the same way, if you want to withdraw the materials for your production processes within your company, then you will raise a reservation or issue slip against that particular reservation or the issue slip. The stores department will issue the materials to the relevant department. So that is how it works in the organization. They will raise a goods issue slip or a reservation slip. Right, so against that particular goods issue slip or the reservation slip, the storage department will transfer the materials to the production department and the plant maintenance department, so that they will use those materials in the maintenance activity or a production activity. 1 minute, I am getting one call. 1 minute, give me a second. Right, so let us say if the stock is available in the storage department readily, then that is fine. These people will take the material and do their activities. But if there is no stock available, so then what we have to do? What these people will do? These people will meet one of the person known as a materials planner. Right? Every company will have one person deployed. He will be only doing the planning activities. Means he will see what are the materials for which there is no stock available in the company. So then he will try to communicate the non-availability of the materials to the purchasing department. So they will meet materials planner and they will inform to the materials planner regarding the non-availability of the compressor and the motors. Then what materials planner will do? He will in turn again will go to the procurement department or a purchasing department, right? So and he will inform to the procurement department regarding the non-availability of these materials. So then what procurement department person will say, let us say the materials planner will go to the procurement department and he will inform we are doing planning for the 50,000 compressors and we are also doing the maintenance activity, but we do not have these spare materials available in the stock. So like that he will communicate to the procurement department. Then what procurement department manager or the supervisor will say, so you please do not communicate with us in terms of wording. Instead, you create one authorized document regarding the materials that are required for the production processes and provide that particular document to us so that we will go ahead and do the compressor and the motor procurement from the external market and arrange for your production processes. So the step number one in the procurement cycle or P2P cycle is creation of a purchase requisition, right? So this is one of the authorized document in a procurement module which will be used to communicate to the procurement department regarding the requirement of the materials that are required for the production department or a plant maintenance department or any department who requires a material should create one of the authorized document known as a purchase requisition. So we are calling this particular document as a purchase requisition in SAP. But if you go to any one of the company, so they will be calling as indent, right? Material indent. It is in layman terms we call it as indent, but in SAP terminology we will be calling the document known as a purchase requisition. So the first and foremost step which triggers a procurement activity in an organization is purchase requisition creation. Purchase requisition can be created in two ways in any one of the organization. One is a manual creation of the purchase requisition. Manual creation. Then the second way of creating a purchase requisition is automatic creation of the purchase requisitions via a material requirement planning program. Automatic creation of PR known as purchase requisition via a material requirement planning program. We call it as MRP program. Then the step number three within a creation of the purchase requisition is approval mechanism or a release process. Approval mechanism, or it can also be called as a release procedure. Release process. So the step number one is create purchase requisition. Purchase requisition can be created manually or via a material requirement planning program. Also within the step number one, we have a one thing known as approval mechanism or a release process. So when I say a manual creation, how a purchase requisition will be created manually within a SAP system, right? So I will try to show it to you how a purchase requisition will be created. So this is just for your understanding purpose. We will be discussing this topic again when we are actually doing the transactional data. If I want to create a purchase requisition manually, so I need to go to the SAP system. Let me get into the SAP. Right, I will go to the SAP. So this is just for your understanding purpose. So I will be logging into the SAP system. I will give the user ID and the password details. These are the user ID and the password details which are provided to me. I will go to the click on enter button. After providing the user ID and the password, you will also have your own user ID and the password. So if I want to create a purchase requisition, so I will be getting into the logistics, then materials management, then we have purchasing, then purchase requisition and create. ME51N is the transaction code to create a purchase requisition. So in SAP, we have thousands of transactional data. So every transactional data will be identified with one of the transaction code. Like here we have ME51N to create a purchase requisition. Like that, each and every event or the activity which you are performing in SAP will have its own transaction code assigned to it. You will come to know by practice what transaction code will be used for what activity or the event. It will come by experience, right? So let us say I want to create a purchase requisition manually, right? So every procurement document, whether it is a purchase requisition or purchase order or anything, will have three levels or three sections included in it. One is a header level section, right? So this particular area will be calling as a header level section. So if I put the cursor over here, it will show. So this is the header section. I can compress or expand the header level section. So header level sorry, header level section will be included what type of requisition it is, right? So in the header level section, you can specify what type of requisition it is. So there are various types of requisitions that are created, right? Like NB is SAP standard purchase requisition. We have one more type of requisition is FO, framework order. Then we have so many other custom requisition types also created by various people. EC is purchase requisition, EBP. Like that, there are some SAP standard requisition types, or some are customized requisition document types. All these documents are created by relevant people. So you can bifurcate a requisition based upon the document type which you have selected over here. If I select NB, it is a standard purchase requisition. If I select FO, it is a framework order purchase requisition. Like that, in the header level section, you will have the details related to the type of requisition which you are trying to create. Then in the header level section, you can also specify some header note, right? So let us say I am the person working in a production department. I am trying to create a requisition. So I want to communicate some information to the procurement department regarding the requisition which I am trying to create. So if I want to communicate something, I can mention whatever may be the communication in this particular area. Let us say I want to communicate to the procurement department manager, right? So to the manager, procurement department, I am just writing some dummy information, right? But you need to write exact information if you are creating a real time purchase requisition in the live environment. Please procure following requisition materials on urgent basis. Like that, if I want to communicate something, thanks the supervisor, prod department, production department, like that. So I want to communicate some information to the procurement manager regarding the requisition which I have raised. So I can write some information over here, right? So this information I need to maintain manually. Then I want to purchase a material, right? Let's say I am raising a requisition for a compressor and a motor, right? So I need to input the details of the compressor, right? So let us say compressor, how much quantity I want to buy. I want to buy 50,000 pieces for my production processes. What is the date on which I need these compressors should be available in my company? So I need these materials on 31st 12 2022 latest, so that I will start the production on 1st of January 2023. And what is the manufacturing area or a production plant in which I need these compressors for my production processes? Let us say I need these compressors should be available in LG Pune plant, let us say. So once I have received these compressors into my company, where I will be storing? I will be storing in the compressor storage location, right? So every product I will be allocating some space within my company where I will be storing the materials, relevant products, right? So I need to enter all these details like this manually, right? We will discuss all these fields one by one when we are creating the purchase requisition, but here I just wanted to show it to you how a requisition will be created manually. Let us say for the motor also the same case, right? Let us say motors I want to buy 25 pieces. So I need these motors latest by 31/12/2022 in LG Pune manufacturing plant. Also the storage location is motor. Like this we need to enter I can create a requisition for 999 different line or materials. I can include one more material over here, one more material over here, one more material over here, one more material over here. Like this, I can include various materials within the purchase requisition. Right. So this is the item overview section. So in this particular item overview section, I will specify the materials which I want for my production processes, also the quantities, also the delivery dates and the manufacturing plant and the storage locations where I am storing these materials. So this is the item level section. Once I have item level section, then I think okay, I will enter the plant over here. We will discuss these things in detail when we have the organizational structure available in place, right? We will discuss what is a plant, what is a storage location. These details we will discuss once we have the configuration available. So this is the item overview section. Then we have item details. So for the line item number 10, if I wanted to maintain again the sub details like the valuation details like compressor, one piece is, let us say, some 100 USD, right? So I am ordering 50,000 compressors, right? 50,000 multiplied by 100 USD per piece, it will be a 50 lakhs USD is the total value of the line item number 10 for the compressors. Also for the motors, let us say each motor is some 100 rupees. I am ordering 25 motors, 25 multiplied by 100, it will be 2500 is the total value of the line item number 2. Like that, if you want to maintain again, so the detailed level of information, you will be maintaining the detailed level of information in the item details section. We will see when we are discussing in detail what is the each and every field that represents over here. What is the meaning of a requested date? What is the delivery date? What is the release date? What is the planned delivery time, etc. We will see when we are creating the real-time transactional data after we have completed the master data setup and the organizational structure. So this is the way how you are going to create a requisition manually, right? So this is the sub step number one of the create purchase requisition. Then what is a automatic creation of purchase requisition via a material requirement planning program, right? What is this? So do you have any questions till now? Any questions on how a manually purchase requisition will be created? Any questions on this till here? Hello? Any doubts or questions over here? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are able to hear me.
Okay, any doubts or questions over here? Do you have?
So that only,
Okay.
sir, I have joined some late. I have missed some steps. Can you once again recollect, sir, that opening of this SAP tool?
SAP tool is it is just you need to enter the user ID and the password details, right? Like let me go over here. So if I want to log in into SAP system, right, I need to download this particular interface that is known as a graphical user interface, GUI. We call it as GUI, or you can also call it as SAP logon pad, right? We will give you one link. By using that particular link, you will be able to log in. You will be able to download this particular SAP logon pad, right? Once you have downloaded, so you need to configure the server details. We will provide you the server details as well. Like, these are the application server details: 183.82.121.186, and the instance number is 41, and the system ID is triple E. So these are the details which we will provide it to you, and you just need to configure them over here in the this particular graphical user interface. Once you have configured that, you just need to double click on this particular icon, so that it will ask you, it will get into the SAP access menu, right? Here you need to enter the user ID and the password details, right? So we will also provide you the user ID and the password details. Let us say this is the user ID, Babu, and the password is program at the rate 999. So this is the user ID and the password detail that is being provided to me. So I just need to click on enter. Once I have entered the user ID and the password, then it will direct you to the SAP Easy Access menu. Right here, you can create as a consultant. I will work on logistics menu. If I am the finance consultant, I will work upon accounting. Right. So if I am a human resource consultant, I will work upon human resources. But I am the consultant. I wanted to create a purchase requisition. Then where I will do that? I will go to logistics. Then we have materials management, right? We are trying to learn So I will go to materials management. Then I will go to the purchasing. Then I will go to the purchase requisition, and I will try to click on create purchase requisition. So this screen will be opening here, right? So this is the way how you will create a requisition manually. You need to enter all the details manually over here. Then the second way of creating a purchase requisition is automatically via a material requirement planning program. So what is a automatic creation of the purchase requisitions? How you will create a purchase requisition automatically, right? So if you want to create a purchase requisition automatically, then there is one program, right? So that program will be executed in the back end. But before executing that particular program, we need to define some characteristic values or some parameters for a particular material, right? What are those parameters? Let us say I want to create a purchase requisition automatically for compressor. So how it will create? It will create based upon some parameters or the attributes that I am going to maintain for a particular material. Let us say compressor, right? So in SAP, every material you need to create as a material master in SAP. So compressor I need to create as a material master, right? When I am creating a material master, I need to maintain some of the parameters known as maximum stock level, right? Maximum stock level is one of the parameter. So let us say I decided in my company to maintain a maximum stock of 50,000 pieces for compressor. Also, The minimum stock level I want to maintain in my company for compressor is, let us say, 10,000 numbers. Either I need to maintain max, I can maintain up to 50,000. I can also maintain minimum 10,000. I should not maintain 2,000, or I should not maintain 1 lakh. If I maintain 2,000, what will happen? I will be losing the production because of the non-availability of the compressors. If I maintain 1 lakh pieces, then I will be unnecessarily wasting my money by investing a lot of stocks or by maintaining a lot of stocks for a particular compressor, right? So these are the two maximum stock levels and the minimum stock levels which we need to maintain. These levels will be defined by doing so much of analysis, right? Then there is one more attribute known as a safety stock level. Safety stock level. Safety stock level means, let us say I defined 25,000 pieces as a safety stock level for the compressor. Means these 25,000 pieces I will be storing separately in my company. I will use these 25,000 pieces only when there is a emergency situation. In the normal situations, I will not touch this particular stock. Only when there is a emergency situation, then only I will be using this 25,000 pieces. Let us say my supplier, there is a strike going on, so he will not be delivering the compressors to me. He will deliver only after 1 week. So, but I will not stop the product. I should not stop the production during this particular 1 week period, right? In such emergency cases, I will be using the emergency stock which I have kept for the bearing and run the production. Then we also have one of the attribute known as ROP. So ROP is nothing but reorder point stock level. So let us say reorder point stock level is, let us say I will keep it as 12,000. So what is the reorder point stock level? Reorder point stock level is nothing but I will be taking reorder point stock level as a basis to do the material requirement planning program to create the requisitions automatically. So how this is happening in the real time in SAP system? Let us say in my company for the compressor, today I have 50,000 pieces as a stock in the warehouse. This is the warehouse stock, right? Then my production department person came and he asked me to withdraw 40,000 pieces for his production processes. Let us say our production department person came and he raised a reservation slip for 40,000 pieces upon warehouse. Then what warehouse person will do? He will issue against the reservation the 40,000 pieces to the production department. Then what will be the warehouse stock after issuing 40,000? The warehouse stock will become 50,000 minus 40,000. So the warehouse stock will be 10,000 pieces, right? Then there is, in the production planning module, there is one program known as a material requirement planning program, which is set in the backend. That particular program will be running in the SAP system continuously, means every day 3 times, right? So morning 12 a.m. it will generate, it will run one time. Again 6 p.m. like that. It will continuously running every 6 hours. That particular program is executing in the back end of SAP. What that particular program will do, that particular program will see what is my present warehouse stock. So my present warehouse stock is 10,000 pieces, right? 10,000 pieces. Then it will compare the present warehouse stock against the maximum stock level I can keep, right? So then it will came to an understanding that I can maintain 50,000 pieces in my company, but I have only 10,000. Then the existing stock or the present stock will be compared against a reorder point stock level. I have 10,000 pieces, but my ROP stock is 12,000, right? Then it will came to a conclusion. My present stock is falls below the reorder point stock level, right? Below the reorder point stock level, ROP level. Or sometimes my present stock can be equals to a reorder point stock level. So these are the two cases. When these two cases occurs for a particular material, what the program will do, it will try to create a requisition for a quantity of maximum stock level, that is 50,000 minus the present stock which we have. So we have 10,000 equals to a 40,000. So it will create a requisition for 40,000 pieces automatically. Right? So again, this particular requisition will be received by a procurement department, and the procurement department will further procure the stocks from the external vendors against this particular requisition. And my once I have received this 40,000 from a external supplier, my stock again will become 10,000 plus 40,000. It will again become 50,000. Right? So how this is happening in the SAP system? What settings we have to do it? Right? Where I am maintaining a maximum stock level, minimum stock level, or safety stock level? We will see. Right? So in SAP, so every material will be created as a material master, right? So but I am just giving you some understanding, that's it. So you need not to worry how I need to do all these activities in SAP. We will do these things one by one in SAP when we are proceeding further, right? So I just wanted to give you some understanding. So I will try to create one material, right? Let us say I want to create a compressor. I want to create a compressor. Let me create a compressor. Just for your understanding purpose, you need not to worry how I am doing all these activities in SAP. But I just wanted to give you how a material requirement planning program will be executed automatically. Right? So let us say I am trying to create, this is the plant or the manufacturing location TM11. I am creating a compressor, right? So compressor is identified with material number. This is the material number, right? We will see all these things we are going to discuss, right? So this is the material number, let us say, and the plant is TM11. Right? What is plant, what is material, all those things we will discuss in our coming sessions. But here I just wanted to give you some understanding how a requisition will be created automatically. Right? So I will try to I am creating a material compressor. So I need to maintain the maximum stock level and the minimum stock level. You see, there is a maximum stock level, right? So I will be maintaining 50,000 pieces as a maximum stock level. This is one of the parameter. And minimum stock level, right? So minimum stock level, what is the stock level I want to maintain? I want to maintain 10,000. So I will maintain 10,000 over here. Then reorder point stock level. So the reorder point stock level is 12,000, right? Then we have, so then we have the safety stock level, right? So what is the safety stock level? I said 25,000, right? Right. So these are the attributes which I am going to maintain in the material master. I think, I think there is some issue in the schedule margin key. Right. Let me define this so that we will be able to create. Right. So I have maintained these attributes, right? Like I maintained these attributes. 1 minute. I think we have some issues. Low reorder level than the safety stock. Okay. I will maintain safety stock as 8,000. So this is the place where you will be maintaining the attributes like the maximum stock level and the minimum stock level, safety stock, and the reorder point stock level for the material 50065919, right? So this is the material which I have created for the compressor. Within this particular material I am able to maintain the parameters like the maximum stock level, minimum stock level, and safety stock level, and the reorder point stock level, right? So the present stock of this particular material is 0, right? So let us say if I see the present stock of this particular material, right? So the present stock of this particular material is under plant TM11, right, is 0. So I have 0 stock available for this material, right? But I can maintain maximum 50,000 pieces, right? So my system should be able to create a requisition for now 50,000 pieces. I have 0 stock, but I can maintain 50,000 maximum. So my system should create, whenever a material requirement planning program is getting created, it should create a requisition for 50,000 pieces automatically, right? So in SAP, the material requirement planning program will be created in the production planning module, not in SAP module. So this particular program will be executed in the production planning module, right? So we need to coordinate with the production planning consultant so that they will be able to execute or set up this particular program. So I will go to the production planning module, right? So MRP is combined effect of SAP MM and production planning module consultant. Right, so I will go to the production. Here you have material requirement planning program. Then I will go to the planning. Then I will go to the total planning. And MD01 is the transaction code to execute a MRP run or the material requirement planning program. So I am running the program for a TM11 plant, and I will just click on enter button to so that the program will be started executing. Here I am running this program manually, but you can set this particular program to execute on its own by some regular intervals, right? So I just need to click on run, and I just need to click on run. Requirements planning is not active in plant TM11. Okay, right, there are so many other settings as well. We have to do it so that the planning will be executed for this particular. So the planning, 1 minute, our plant is TM11, right? I think I need to come out of it. See, the planning is now executing. MRP parameters for plant not maintained. Okay, so we are missing some customization, right? So for the plant TM11, that is the reason the program is not executing now. We have to do lot of setup if you want to run a program, but this is the way you need to run a program, so which will try to create a requisition automatically based upon the maximum minimum safety stock and reorder point stock level parameters which you have maintained in the master data that is created for the material compressor, right? So this way the purchase requisitions can be created automatically as well, right? Any doubts or clarifications over here from the team? Venkatesh, Prasad, Vanita, or Suresh, so do you have any doubts or clarifications here? But I am trying to give you some understanding how a requisition will be created via a material requirement of planning program as a step number one of the P2P cycle, right? So you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then, if you don't have any question, then we will see what is the third step within a create purchase requisition step number one, right? So it is a approval mechanism. Let us say I am the production department supervisor. I created a requisition, right? That doesn't mean the procurement department will directly purchase that particular material from the external suppliers, right? So it should be that requisition, whatever the requisition I created, it should be thoroughly checked and approved by various levels of people, right? Like I am the production supervisor, right? Production supervisor. I created the requisition, right? So I need to thoroughly review that requisition and approve it. Let us say I created the requisition for compressor 50,000, but maybe already 40,000 compressors available in the store department. So I need to minus the 10,000 pieces and create only for 40,000, right? But I haven't seen any stock that is available in the store already. Instead, I simply created for 50,000, which is a very big blunder. So I need to cross check the stocks which are available and try to create the requisition for the remaining quantity only. Once I have cross checked everything, so I will approve that particular requisition as a level 1 approval. Then my manager, let us say assistant manager, production department, he will also cross check whether do we have the budget in our department or not, or am I missing any stocks that is available already I haven't considered. All those things he will cross check and he will accept or reject the requisition. He can also reject. He is having that authority as a level 2 person. Then the requisition will go through the level 3 approval, that is manager of the production department. He will also cross check. Every department will have the budget, right? Within the budget only you need to procure the materials and utilize them in the production processes. If the budget over crosses, then you cannot procure the materials from the external market. So all those things they will verify and they will accept or the requisition or reject. Once all the people are accepted or accepted the requisition, then only it will forward it to a procurement department for the further procurement activities. Otherwise, if the requisition is rejected, then it will not be considered for the further procurement activities. So this particular process of accepting or rejecting a requisition will be called as a approval mechanism or a release procedure within SAP. So we have to do lot of configuration as a part of release strategy or the approval mechanism. We will discuss all those things in coming sessions. Then what is the step number 2? Somebody created a requisition and it is also approved. That requisition is now went to a procurement department or given to a procurement department. Then what procurement department person will do? He will do a step number 2. So the step number 2 is vendor selection process. Is a vendor selection process. Means I received a requisition for 50,000 compressors, right? As a procurement department supervisor, I need to select one of the best possible vendor, right? So I need to take three different vendors from the external market who will be able to supply the compressors to me, and I need to compare those three vendors based upon quality, cost, and delivery terms and conditions, and select one of the best vendor out of the three vendors so that I will be able to do the compressor procurement from that particular best vendor. So this particular process will be called as a vendor selection process. We will see in tomorrow's session what exactly the steps that are involved in the vendor selection process. But here the purchase requisition which I have created will be called as an internal document, right? So purchase requisition will be called as an internal document. Why we are calling the purchase requisition as an internal document? Can anyone tell? What is the reason why we are calling this as an internal document? Any idea?
It's within the company only, right? It will not go to the vendor and all.
Yeah, exactly. So here production department raised the requisition, right? for our understanding purpose, and that requisition given to a procurement department. So my production department and procurement department both belongs to a same company. So that is the reason we call purchase requisition as an internal document. So this is one of the document which will be used to communicate the requirement of the materials against a procurement department from the other departments like production department or human resource department, or any department who requires a material should create a requisition and it will be given to a procurement department. So all the departments belongs to the same company. That is the reason we will be calling the purchase requisition as an internal document. Right. So we will stop the session over here today and we will continue tomorrow. Right. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in tomorrow session if you have any. So procurement cycle or P2P cycle is one of the main topic. If you are able to understand, then the rest of the scenarios are based upon this particular cycle only. So there will be so many interview questions on P2P cycle. So as a MM consultant, we need to understand this particular cycle thoroughly. Okay then. Thanks a lot for joining the call. Thank you. Bye bye. We can meet tomorrow. Have a good night.
Okay,
Yes,
good night.
thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.